Welcome back to another week's edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew. I am Meghan Triplett and the one and only John Roser. I've got him on our Skype video call right now to go over some 3 points from what has happened over the week, what we've missed. And so let's start with some kind of breaking news. The WWE can resume production after the state of Florida has resumed it as an essential business. And that list goes along with hospitals, grocery stores. WWE can resume production as long as it is closed to the general public, but staff, executives can work. The CEO, Vince McMahon, has already said that he's excited about this because he knows what the WWE brings into the homes. I mean, Roser, what are your thoughts on the WWE being an essential business?
Good for wrestling fans. It's going to be on TV. You know, Raw was on last night. SmackDown will be on Friday. They do it from the Performance Center in like Orlando or Tampa or wherever it is. All it tells me is Vince McMahon probably has a lot of pull with politicians in the state of Florida. That's really all it tells me. Is wrestling, WWE, an essential business for people to function and live? Some would argue it is, like a lot of wrestling fans would argue it is, because what would they do without it? But for the everyday person, no, it is not an essential business. But all it tells me is Vince McMahon's got a lot of pull with politicians and people in Florida.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, the state of Florida, in their memo, they said that employees at professional sports leagues, media production with a national audience. So that kind of opens it up to like a very, very broad type of statement. So now people are worried about, okay, does this mean that other sports can do things in the state of Florida? Obviously, we've seen the NBA, NFL, the MLB, everything has has shut down completely. And I don't know where people thought, I am not a wrestling fan. I know a lot of people out there are wrestling fans, but even that aside, I don't agree with that being an essential business. I mean, on Monday, we saw the XFL, who is also Vince McMahon's also the CEO. He started that startup. They filed for bankruptcy and they had to fire all of their employees and cease operations. I know he's got to be happy about this.
Folded. Like nobody saw that coming. Everybody thought they were doing pretty well for their first year, way better than the AAF, and obviously they weren't. They filed bankruptcy for like anywhere between $10 and $50 million. So yeah, obviously, I guess they were not doing as well as I guess some people thought.
But you know what? This has taught me that I think coming out of this, I hope we try to redefine what essential means. I think we've learned that the word essential now has taken so many definitions and so many different meanings. I mean, you see, I'm at home. I know you're safe in the studio, but we're monitoring how many people can go in and out of the office, and it's strange. It's very strange that that's called essential. I don't agree with that at all. Like, not even at all.
No, it's not essential, but I mean, with the NFL draft still going on, you do have teams in Miami with the Dolphins. You've got a team in Tampa with the Buccaneers. I mean, they have to work, with the NFL draft still going on. So if you're going to deem professional sports franchises and that thing essential, then that would have to include the WWE.
I mean, it raises a lot of eyebrows and a lot of questions.
Working. So, I mean,
But in my definition of essential, you are essential. So, that's my definition. You're part of that definition.
I really appreciate it. Not many would agree, but I'm glad you do.
Well, what some people do not agree with our second topic. Over the weekend, Dak Prescott had a birthday party at his house. There have been some IG and Twitter posts, video posts of a lot of food, a lot of people there. Ezekiel Elliott was also at the birthday party. They had a group that was they said a lot more than 10 people. They had a birthday dinner. Dak Prescott had already kind of been getting a lot of bad publicity and some haters on social media because of his workouts that he's been seeing with a group of people like Des Bryant and posting pictures of all of them kind of, all together, clearly not social distancing 6 feet away. And a lot of, sports reporters and sports anchors have given him a lot of negative comments for him not being that type of mentor in the community and also having posts on social media with that party. What's your stand on Dak Prescott throwing a house party?
I mean, clearly it's not a good look. I really don't care what he does. I mean, he's in, where Dallas. I mean, is that where the party was? The party's in Dallas. I mean,
For Texas.
it's nowhere near me. So he's not infecting me. He's nowhere near me. So you're not near me. I'm cool with it. Yeah, it is irresponsible. You are the face of arguably one of the three biggest sports franchises in the United States of America. And definitely, I mean, the Dallas Cowboys, I would say one of the top 5 to 7, 10 sports franchises in the entire world. That you'd have to throw some soccer teams, soccer clubs in there too. But like when you think of American sports teams off the top of your head, it is, I mean, you just go to the individuals. It is the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Dallas Cowboys. Like they are the three that I think of right off the top of my head. And so when you are the face of that franchise, yeah, you should probably be a little bit more responsible than what he was doing. Some of it could also be he hadn't gotten paid yet, still trying to get paid. So he's frustrated, trying to have a party, take his mind off not getting paid yet. Look, yeah, it was irresponsible, but I mean, like Dak Prescott, how many people? Like 30 people or whatever?
Mm-hmm. They said there was like at least 30 people, and the police were called and had to check in on the party because it was going against their safer at home order.
Yeah, I bet he also has a big enough house where 30 people can like keep themselves separated from each other too.
But at a party, one person's not in the master bedroom, the other person's in the living room, one person's in the media room. You're like, hey, are you enjoying the party? They're not doing that. They're not doing that at all.
Well, Elliott isn't. I've seen Ezekiel Elliott. I've seen videos of him at parties. I know Zeke isn't social distancing. Zeke's getting after it.
He is not. Obviously, like I do not agree with the whole party being thrown, social distancing, people taking it seriously. I think we've seen as a country that not everyone is taking this as seriously as they should, even with the, safer at home orders that almost every state in the country has. However, it did make me kind of like step back, and I'm a huge Dak Prescott fan, still a fan of his. It was I think people make some dumb decisions, but it wasn't also a moment of thinking like, okay, I'm not as big of a fan of yours now, because I just think that for what we're trying to all do to stop the spread, and he sees, sports and, businesses closed. I don't know what was so important to throw a birthday party. And then the decision to even, I don't know if it was his post, but for someone to post, your friends, the people you hang out with aren't smart. It was not a good look for him. And I know it's probably going to have to be some type of, PR saving him when we all get out of this, because it wasn't a good look.
It won't hurt his image that bad. Like if he comes out in the fall and we do have an NFL season, like if he comes out in the fall and he's awesome and the Cowboys are really good, nobody's good. Like it's not like he can't bounce back from this. Like if Kobe Bryant was able to bounce back what he was, rest in peace, Kobe. But if he was able to bounce back from what he bounced back from in Eagle, Colorado, Dak Prescott can bounce back from having a party in his house during the coronavirus pandemic.
I'm not saying his image is going to be ruined. Those are two totally different situations right now. But I'm not saying his image is going to be ruined. It's also just a moment that I think we're realizing as, everybody's really like what is more important. And yeah, he can go out there on that football field and do what he does and make it look good, throw some touchdowns, score some touchdowns. But it's also a moment you're seeing people off the court, and off the field of what their mentality is like and what that thought process is like. And I'm just like, I question a little bit. People make mistakes, and that is fine. But it's also one of those moments of, okay, wasn't a good move, still a fan of yours, but it might have, lowered the percentage of how much of a fan that I am. Until hopefully he'll come out and make a statement, and I'm sure that's all people really want, is that making a statement saying I will do better wasn't a good look at all.
Yeah.
And something else that came out for our last point is some social media news that may or may not be a good look. As we've seen a lot of people do these, IG lives, people putting in their, Venmo or Cash App, still trying to give, services via live or trying to find a way to make some money. Well, Blac Chyna, who, a lot of people know from the reality world and other things that she has done in the world.
Rob Kardashian or dated Rob Kardashian?
Yeah, she dated Rob Kardashian. She has a baby with Rob Kardashian. They had a reality show. She has her own reality show right now. Well, she can't host. She's known for hosting parties at clubs, Well, she posted on her Instagram that to make some money, she is charging fans $950 for a FaceTime call. And it says, or 4 easy payments of $237.50, or you can get a follow for $250. What's your
what the follow is? What, on Twitter or Instagram?
It's on Instagram.
It's on Instagram.
Are you considering this for yourself?
No. Okay, my question would be, how long is the FaceTime call? Do I at least get like 15, 20 minutes?
You know what? That I did not see an Instagram post. It's just that,
like I'm not paying. Like, even if I have like if I just got $1,000 I can throw around, and there are people that do. I'm not going to give you $1,000 for 5 minutes. like that ain't happening. Now, if you gave me like 20 minutes, I could see how somebody would be who's like, if they've got the money and they're a big Blac Chyna fan. What, I don't know why. I don't know why she has a reality show. Whatever. I don't live in that. I could see somebody being like, yeah, okay, I get 20 minutes. Like, that'd be really cool. And you can like.
Okay, so is there anybody out here who they offered you 20 minutes on a FaceTime call, a celebrity that you paid $950? Who?
Kim Kardashian. Yes.
You would pay it.
Yeah. A heartbeat. Yes.
What's the first question? Like, what do you want to know from her? You just want to talk to her?
I just look at her.
There, like, not say anything. You'd be like, if you could put the phone down,
what to say to her? I wouldn't know what to say to her.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were literally going to think about this for a second, but you definitely knew it was Kim Kardashian.
I'd make up like that a family member is in jail and she needs to go and she needs to try to get him out. Like, she's doing that now. That's what I would do. That's what I would ask Kim Kardashian to do.
So, you say Kim Kardashian. I think I would have to go with Beyonce or Oprah or Barack Obama. Those are always my 3 people that I just want to like be cool with, talk to. I hope that I don't have to pay them to do that. I hope we're just going to be natural friends and the friendship continues. But those are the 3 people that I want to talk to. So I guess like Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, they're kind of almost. They're not. I can't even compare it.
Also, I don't know if I'd pay $1,000. Lucy Robson. You don't know who she is.
No, who is that?
She's one of these golf girls on Instagram. She's from the UK.
Oh, okay.
But I'm in love.
So look, we're putting the idea out there. Maybe we'll see more celebrities partake in these, making more money. A lot of more celebrities that have done Cameo and posted their Cameo where, they can give you a happy birthday shout out. But this is taking it to a different level. But I do agree people have to make money, pay the bills, and
I don't like trying to struggle with paying the bills. Here's the question I got to ask. $250 gets you a follow. For how long?
That is true.
That's what matters, is for how long.
That is true, because you like
until the quarantine's over and then she can unfollow you. That's
not fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to follow me for life.
It was whatever too, because she can mute you. Because a lot of people don't even post pictures on Instagram anymore. They're just Instagram stories, and you can mute people's stories.
Mm-hmm. Roger, you have a lot of questions. You have a lot of questions for Blac Chyna, like how this is going to work.
I don't know if Blac Chyna can be trusted. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, you know what? What can be trusted is that 3 Point Stands will be back next week. John Roser will be there. I will be there. And we will give our 3 points from the week that was. Roser, thanks for joining me for this edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew.